On the air, episode 145. Slate.
Oh my goodness, look at this! Well, live from the Lockwood Leonard Studios in sunny San Diego, California. On the air is on the air! Look at this studio audience here. Yes. I recognize you. I recognize... I can't see out there, maybe. I recognize you. Oh, you see that's me.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Look at you.
See you. Look at this. Look at the live studio audience.
I'm looking at your. Nice to see you guys. I'm looking at your Aztecs. Are you following Aztecs?
Actually, this is Castle Park High School.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, red and black.
That was Matt McGill.
Red and black Castle Park High School.
How many San Diego schools? First of all, who's tired of seeing the Padres lose to teams that wear red? I mean, Phillies, Cardinals, Reds. It's a good thing we don't play the Angels. Yeah. In fact, there's I wonder how many high schools in this town have black and red as their colors. I was blue and orange at Claremont High, and then I was orange and, I see a theme here. God, I just thought of something. I had an orange. Remember back in the days, if you lived here, hang on, let me bring it back to a gentler time. The year was 1970.
For you.
For you, it was 66. I had an orange. Remember the Datsun or
Datsun B210.
No. Datsun lifted mini truck.
Yes.
With Jackman wheels.
Yes.
I was so popular with my orange mini truck because it matched Valhalla High School, where I ended up graduating from. There's a theme from. So you were Castle Park?
Yeah, Castle Park was the best 6 years of my life.
Dude, that was a rough part of town back then.
Yeah, you know what?
Were you about to say it still is?
I'm west side of Chula Vista, which is the west of 805.
Yeah.
That's
Oleander.
Palomar Street.
Palomar Street.
That's we still have the house we grew up in.
Woodlawn, Harborside Elementary School.
Yeah, all that stuff is dear to my heart.
Me too.
And I love that place. And
I grew up there too. I know exactly what's up.
And I'm going there a lot lately, and I just love it. Every time I drive.
You know why he's going there? 2 words. Rhymes with Labella's Pizza.
Yeah.
Maybe the greatest manhole pizza on the earth.
I'll give you that. Or Felipe's, which is...
Well, Felipe, of course, yeah. But Labella's is a
Tony Rosso.
Next to the old Hawaiian Gardens, was turned into the butcher shop.
Yeah.
Which my uncle originally owned.
Wow.
Or I should say my great uncle.
And then Roberto De Felipe bought it from him?
Yes, exactly. It was when it was Hawaiian
Or are
Gardens.
you a De Felipe?
No, I'm not De Felipe. Yes. I'm a day or two, Felipe. The South Bay has, originally in this town was really, really a center of commerce and everything back in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's coming back. There's a regentrification over the last 10 years, and it's even getting larger. You think that downtown had a regentrification during Horton Plaza and Seaport Village. Look what's happening now in South Bay. I mean, if you haven't visited Imperial Beach, where we played Hess Fest, 8 times in a row, Mary? I don't think we were invited back after last year, were we? No. No, Mike, I said that's not very good. I don't think we just have time because of the album coming out, right? But if you haven't been down to IB lately, my goodness, right?
Yeah, they fixed that place up.
And then now J Street, is it the Marina Bayfront?
Yeah.
I swear, if you haven't gone south of downtown, you need to go spend some time there. Because first of all, the crowds are not there. It's beautiful. It looks like a brand new city down there. So, God bless our friends from South Bay.
Chula Vista. I'm looking forward to today's show.
I am too.
We have 3 great friends. One of them is a first-timer to On the Air. And I think we need to bring her out now.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a first-timer to this show from 100.7 Big FM, Corey Dillon.
guy. Watch that guy.
Well, welcome.
Hi, guys. Thank
welcome
you.
to the show, and welcome to San Diego, because although you've been here for a little bit.
Nobody threw me a parade, though.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be here.
You're the newcomer to morning radio in San Diego.
I am.
So
I
welcome.
am. I know. I'm super excited to be here, and I don't plan on going anywhere for as long as they'll have me.
You realize she's on B100.
I know.
She's basically on B100.
Yes.
Shotgun Tom's B100.
I know.
Gary
right?
Kelly's B100.
The Rich Brothers.
What's that show that Jim and George, showgram?
Jeff and Jeff.
Jeff and Jeff.
Yeah, what's that show?
But today it's 100.7 Big FM.
Yes.
And I listen to you all the time.
Thank you.
And,
Appreciate that.
And I've invited you here probably
I know.
2 years ago.
At least.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the deal? How come we can't get anybody from your station here?
You know, it's
have a bad rap over there?
gentleman's agreement.
Do you have a bad rap over there?
Probably.
No. We can now.
Probably, yeah.
And
Yeah.
but thank you. Where are you from?
Grew up on the West Coast, so this is a homecoming for me. I grew up in the Seattle area, but I spent 20 years in the South. I mean,
Really?
I survived 17 years in Florida, and then
Doing radio?
Doing radio as well?
yeah, about a year and 10 months in Atlanta, Georgia during the pandemic. Locked up in an apartment, couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. The only good thing about the pandemic in Georgia, I used to tell people that everything was like 10 miles away in Atlanta, but it would take you an hour to get there. And
Not during COVID, right?
the traffic,
Right.
not during COVID,
Same thing here.
but there was nowhere to go.
It was actually, that's
like,
one thing I miss. I remember getting out to my parents' place from North County, coastal, and they live out in Escondido. I remember, man, I get there in like 26 minutes. Like 56 freeway, take a left on the 15, and I'm there. It was fantastic. Did you broadcast out of your home like the rest of us did back then?
Yeah, out of my little 2-bedroom apartment.
Wasn't it
so-
amazing that you realized that you never had, I haven't been to KOSI studio except for 3 times in the last 4 years.
Really?
Just because you figured out.
Didn't have to.
And it's what's interesting here is because oftentimes, and even on the national TV shows that we produce here and this show, remember the mystery guest, Zoom is a thing now for television, and it's accepted.
Yeah.
As far as radio goes, in terms of Wi-Fi and using whatever is on your computer, you put a little red box there, you put a microphone in, put a headphone. It sounds the same. It acts the same.
It does. It doesn't feel the same though.
It doesn't.
And I
It
mean,
does not.
You know, I've done a little TV work though too with HSN, the Home Shopping Network, and but for the fact that they had started to use Skype, I would probably never have been on again.
Do you remember?
since I
Doesn't
left
Skype
Florida.
feel like
1989.
I actually hit a button on the computer that says, "Would you like to call?" And I'm going, "Yeah, sure." I wasn't thinking, and it brought Skype up. I go, "I don't even."
Well, it all depends on who's on either end, right? It's like FaceTiming my parents. It's like you're looking at like this part of your parent's head or whatever. You know?
How'd you get the gig?
It's a skill.
How'd you get the gig?
You know, honestly, I 20 plus years ago now, I worked in the same building in Seattle as my now boss, Garrett Michaels, who is the programmer of 91X, 40 years history here in San Diego, and of Big FM. And he called me the day after the election in my apartment in Georgia. Phone rang once, it looked like an 800 number, and I was like, screw that guy. I'm sure it's somebody calling about, you know, my vote or my car warranty. And so I let it go to voicemail, and then it rang a second time. It had to be, right? It had to be. And I'd probably had a glass of wine or so at that point in the evening.
Imagine that.
And so the phone rang through twice, and I answered it, and I was like, hello? And he's like, hey, is this Corey Dillon? And I'm like, well, yes, it is. Like, who's calling me? And he goes, it's Garrett Michaels. And it had been so long since we worked in the same building together. He's like, it's been a long time since we've seen each other. I'm like, yeah, buddy, we've never met, but we had, actually. So
And you got the gig.
I got the gig. They flew me out during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I know. Crazy thing happened.
So,
Well, let me say this real quick. I tried out for that gig,
you
and
did.
Garrett didn't call me.
did you really?
You did?
Did you really?
Did you?
Maybe.
You did not.
Really?
Did
Yeah.
you didn't solicit? They just out there
It's
in the
the
airways?
only time in my life that anybody has literally come calling for me.
Corey Dillon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. All right, let's get going. Let's go. Let's
Let's
roll.
do it.
I can't wait. I can't believe he picked this as his song.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, from KGB Mornings with Sarah and Clint, our friend Clint August.
You're so flexible. You're so funny. Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, Clint?
Yeah, I feel bad. I didn't give you a hug.
Is there a rivalry here? Is something going on?
Not at all,
No, we're competitors.
I know, but
Well, I mean, we know that her
listen,
station
me and
hired the
Hedgecock-
better-looking
me and
people.
Well,
Hedgecock and I didn't talk for 20 years. Listen, I understand competitors.
Did you really?
And now we're like the best of friends.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, honestly, I mean, he was at our Christmas party this year at the house. I mean, he and I doing talk radio. He was at KFMB, I was at Kogo. I mean, it was just horrible. It was really bad. Because, Roger.
I know he's pretty competitive. He's also very good in the industry.
But we've become really, very, very close.
I've never cared about any of that stuff. I've been to promotions and appearances and big events where other stations are there. And back in the day when it was a battle,
yeah.
it really mattered.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be the guy walking the whole radio row going, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on?" Hi. And then my team would be like,
that
"What
when
are
you
you
were
doing, dude?"
sucker.
Is that when you were
Yeah.
Clint the show tool?
Yes, the morning show too.
Do you remember that? You remember? Well, listen, my very close friend, co-host for 30 years for Big Biz Show and KUSI, Rusty Nails, on 91X against you guys on 100.7, I think. Is that right?
You and
Yeah.
I Hate Jeff and Jared T-shirts.
Yeah.
I mean, he still. In fact, I have that T-shirt. That was bequeathed to me.
I used to wear it.
I ended up with that and some bills of his, but other than that, it was fantastic.
I used to wear it.
I think we're just also happy to be working, period. at this
Seriously.
point.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. It's
But
like,
it really is. I think when we moved into the one building,
Yeah.
which, if you recall,
Oh, I remember.
we all thought this is going to be great. I can't wait. And it looked like a freaking hospital because we're all in the air at the same time, and the breaks are different. And I swear, it looked like a mausoleum. I mean, it took a while to meet everybody. Then all of a sudden, 6 months later, you kind of figure it out. But you're walking. I remember when you paraded Russell Crowe past all the other FM studios to walk him to the Jeff and Jer studio, just because you want to say, hey,
Oh, yeah.
I got.
Hey, there were a lot of conversations back in the day when I was on 91X and of course, the KGB thing going on. All the talk about little Tommy, man. The guy gets all these guests. Bring him to us, would you?
yeah.
Greatest
Keep on
Rolodex
going,
in
keep on
history.
going. But I love you guys. And you guys do compete against each other. And we're going to have you guys bring out the mud.
There we go.
Yeah, right?
It's mud
I've
wrestling.
been training.
Hold on, is this real?
No,
It's
but
arm wrestle.
we do have. I got a surprise thing for you later in the show today.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And nobody cares about the military and radio more than you do.
I mean, I can't claim that, but I will tell you that, yeah, our military deserves carte blanche every day for everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's tell us real quickly before our next guest, just real fast. Are you still doing Mayride?
Yeah, absolutely.
When's Mayride this year?
Today.
Yeah.
No, it's next week.
May 18th, today.
Today.
It's today.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to run back over there as soon as I'm done here.
The reason I'm bringing that up is, Mary,
Yes, sir.
what else is today?
Fiesta del Sol.
That's damn right. We're playing at 3 o'clock at Solana
Are
Beach.
you good? I'm
There
gonna
we
be
go.
there.
I would have done both. I would have done both.
Now listen,
But somebody was nice to me. Say, hey, don't worry about it. It's not going to be on the 18th anyway. So I thought I assumed it was the 26th or something.
No, it is the 18th, and the thing is, it's the 22nd annual Biggs Harley Davidson in San Marcos. Goes till 4 o'clock,
Okay.
and it's all for the Armed Services YMCA. Every branch of the military is served here in San Diego. The money stays local, and it's everything from clinical counseling to camps for the kids while the parents are away to groceries to rent. We don't want them worrying. When I say we, I am not officially a part of the organization. I am part of Mayride. But we give to them because they don't want people, our heroes, to worry about the day-to-day needs while they're serving our country.
Such a great event, too. We played there, I think, 3 or 4 times.
You did, and we want you back so badly. Dude. You guys are
we'll make that
so
commitment
good
to you,
live.
of course. But your guys are so nice because I know that we already committed to the Fiesta del Sol this afternoon. But somebody lied to me on his team to make me feel better because they said it was next week. I have it in my
Corey
calendar.
Dillon is going to be at Fiesta del
I'm
Sol.
gonna be there.
What are you
I'll
doing?
be there.
Are you emceeing?
I don't know yet. I'm like information
Oh, I know.
provided on a need-to-know
Oh, I
basis.
know.
I'll just show up and
Singing in your band?
have a good time. Yes. I am the social director,
There you go.
unofficially.
Come to Mayride. Screw that other event.
Right?
All right, let's bring out our next guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, a good friend of mine, the weatherman on KUSI, Mark Mathis.
I just realized what song you did. Look at it. Wow. Mark, I was wondering what happened to my grandmother's couch.
Yes.
And now I can see on that.
I know, right? Good to see you. I'm
That's
great.
fantastic. By the way, I have one of those as well in light blue.
Yeah.
Did you get that recently, or have you had that in the family for a while?
Well, this was my stage name before I got into weather, Peach Velvet. And so,
So
You
stays
do that Saturdays
I like
still, though,
it.
right?
That's
Saturdays are still peach velvet.
Yes.
I like it. I had to touch it. Just wanted to touch it.
I have a jacket that's similar
just
too.
wanna
that
touch
worries
it.
me that
And
I'm
his
sharing
suit.
a
I want to make
wardrobe
friends with it. I want to know it.
Speaking of jackets, and I have a question because when I watch KUSI, Good Evening San Diego, when I see you do weather, I don't think I've ever seen the same jacket.
Or
How
tie.
do you do that? I mean, how do you do that? Because, you know, and they're not just your regular black or blue, gray suit.
It's got a clothing
It's a-
budget.
yeah,
How about
like
it?
but how do you do that? I mean, seriously.
Just get just cheap jackets and wear a bunch of them.
That was my first band name.
Cheap jackets?
You guys opened for us, so if you recall.
No, they're not expensive. You can
We need to get you like a
deals
clothing
everywhere.
sponsor.
Huh?
We get you like a clothing sponsor, like Ascot Shop or something. I know Andy.
well,
at
when
Ascot
they get
Shop.
upset with what I wear, I just say, look, when you start paying for it, I'll wear whatever you want me to wear. Right? But when I'm paying for it, I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
Hey, do you like evenings better than mornings?
I like sleeping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd still do mornings if they would have let me just do the 6, start at 6.
So, versus start at 5.
Yes,
Because that's a three.
It's
That's
a
a three.
world
That's
of
a three. Of course, because you prep all your maps
Yeah,
and all your other stuff.
I still say getting up at 3:30 in the morning as opposed to getting up at maybe 4:30 or 5 is totally
3:30 is last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
3:30 is last night. 4:30,
Yeah.
okay, it's this morning.
Yeah.
3:30 is last
Middle
night.
of the night.
Yeah.
Clint, what time do you wake
I was
up?
gonna say, stop saying that. I wake up at 3:30.
I know you.
Yeah, I know.
And I already feel that
Dude,
way.
I did
Corey.
it for so long, I just couldn't do it anymore. I mean, it's just
What
too
about you,
hard on
Corey?
your body.
I mean, I'm lucky. I start the show at 6 a.m. I have
Which
to
is
be there at
9 a.m. on the
5:30.
East Coast. So it's,
I live in North County, commute down to Sorrento Valley, so I push it as far as I can. The first alarm goes off at 4:15, not counting the kingbird that likes to wake me up at like 2, 3, 4, whatever hour. Any day of the week, it chooses.
Are you still on East Coast time after all those years?
No. And I don't even know if I ever was, to be honest with you. I mean, it was hard. I always thought of myself as a night person, but you know, I've 20 plus years of doing morning radio. It is what it is.
Did
And
you-
I
did
kinda
you
like
only-
it. You get a lot of stuff done.
Did you only do mornings?
Yeah.
Only mornings.
Yeah.
How many years? 30, 20, 18, 16?
From 1982 to 2017.
Does it bug you when people tell you, well, you have the rest of your day? I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You have to
You're
start.
exhausted.
You have to start thinking about bed about 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And so you don't really have the
How long
rest
have you
of your
been
day.
doing mornings?
Back in mornings for about a year and a half.
Yeah, 'cause you
but I
did
used
afternoons
to
at
do
KGB.
91X for about 6.5 years back in the day. But I don't know. Maybe I've gotten older and slower. I got to wake up about an hour before I used to. Because we start at 6 too, but
Is that when we have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night?
let me tell you.
Hey, look, he's on his,
large.
listen, 11 p.m., he's on his third P. Don't get it wrong.
You think you're kidding, don't you?
Yeah.
No, it's about 6 or 7 times in a 4-hour show.
Oh,
Sarah, my
my
partner's
God.
constantly like, again.
God, we've got a young kid that works in the building as a producer, and I'm like, honest to God, he's gone 8 times in the morning, and I'm like, are you okay, bro? Are you okay?
Why do the opposite sex
I think
count?
there's another reason he's going to the bathroom.
Listen, you want to count lifetime?
I don't know.
Men versus women going to the bathroom? I guarantee women go more than men, just not in morning shows. Corey Dillon, Clint August, Mark Mathis. On the air is on the air. We'll see you in a minute. Hey there. There we go. Sullivan. There we go. We had a big day today. We had a long day today. We got a huge. Our day doesn't finish until 6 a.m. tomorrow.
And you get to play a lot of new music.
We're playing a bunch of. So Mary Burt Godwin is our
We're all
dead mother. She's our chief marketing officer. She's the liaison with the record label and everything else. So you want to talk about, just for people who haven't heard yet, I'm getting a lot of emails saying, why are you guys not posting on
Formerly
Instagram?
as the Sully Band, we are now Sullivan.
So, but people are asking me, why aren't you guys posting on Instagram? Why aren't you guys playing anymore? What's going on?
Well, we're having a mysterious strategy for the unrolling of all of the new music. We're letting the music take the lead, and so we're having a mysterious look for the band. We're not going to see what the band looks like. You guys are all in your circle because you know what the band looks like.
Taylor Swift did this.
Yeah, they all do this. They like wipe their social media clean.
Yeah,
we wiped
they
everything
wiped the whole
clean.
thing clean.
You can't find the videos on YouTube, nothing. It's all.
Even the COVID stuff?
Yes.
Where's
it's,
that
it's
at?
archived, so we still can
It better be.
view it. Yeah, don't worry. It's still there.
We had the Jimmy Kimmel Show yapping at us because we were better than the Roots on this freaking. Remember those Saturday morning videos you used to have?
Yes.
So today we're playing at Fiesta del Sol. I think it's 3 o'clock.
Yep.
We're right after Darren Greatly. We'll do a lot of. I got because of our new manager Rick DeVoe, got connected with Rome from Sublime. Rome and I wrote 15 songs together in the last year. Wow. Rome is writing music for. I mean, I don't know why he even took time for me because he's writing music for Beyonce and Dave Matthews. And, no, I'm dead serious.
What have you got that
We do-
Beyonce doesn't
Yeah.
have?
Money.
Yeah.
245 more.
How much you pay him?
He and I become literally best friends and are continuing to write. But this band change came from the label contract, and what I finally found out why they changed the name from Sully Band to Sullivan. I'm not kidding when I say this. Okay,
Why?
actually, they changed it because they thought that they wanted more national, international. They wanted a whole brand new start, right?
Yes.
But the reason the logo doesn't have any it's SULLVN is because the only way we could get our band name on all of the what are they called
The media platforms and the DSPs. Digital
DSPs, man. What's a DSP? What is that?
Digital streaming platforms.
See?
Spotify, Apple.
I stay in my lane. So we had to change the name that way. So people are like, what's the name of the band? Sullivan. It's not Sullivan.
How much does the label? Interfere with like your creative licensing and all that stuff?
Nothing. I wouldn't have signed
See,
it.
now you always hear horror stories about labels that do.
Yeah, but they're not
stuff
me.
like-
I didn't need the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Right.
it's better to want than need. In fact, one of our lyrics that I just realized that in one of the songs, I'd rather want than need it. I don't need it. I'm having a great time having Barbara Cafaro from the what network? Bag Network. Bring all our people to Belly Up, which I think we're playing in July. Yeah. It's super fun being a super popular band in San Diego.
Can I ask you a question? Where do I know you from?
This is a side conversation.
I mean,
It's been driving me nuts the whole show. I know you from somewhere.
Were you here when he was on the show? No.
You guys were drunk. It was at a bar. And she said never
Well,
to
she
tell.
was.
yeah.
Hey, real quick, I got a question. I just paid $30 for a hat that says Sully Band.
You
I
didn't
want
pay
my money back.
You didn't pay.
You didn't pay.
So I want a hat with Sullivan.
You know. Well, you will. In fact, we should fire. Although this is either a collector's item or fire sale. So, guys, you ready for today? You fired up?
Do it.
Yeah, ready? You ready? Okay. Maybe we'll do a little something at the end of the show. Speaking of music, I hear you got some new music yourself that you've been working on.
I don't want to do it.
Who wants to hear a song from Tommy Savant?
I don't want to do a song.
Everybody up! Everybody stand up! Up! He wasn't prepared.
Oh, you got some new glasses.
And he's got
wasn't
lyrics.
ready for
He's
this.
got lyrics.
All right, everybody, get on your feet. Drown me out.
Imagine that. A classic rock song.
Come on. Everybody on your feet. Clap.
Well, it's easy as fishing. You can be a musician if you can make sounds that are mellow. Get a second-hand guitar. Chances are you're going far if you get in with the right bunch of fellas. People see you having fun, just a line in the sun. You tell them that you like it this way, but it's the work that we avoid, and we're all self-employed. I love to work for nothing all day. Everybody, 'cause I'll be taking care of business. Every day. Taking care of business.
Every way
Taking care of business.
it's alright.
Taking care of business. And working overtime. Brian Jordan on guitar.
My goodness.
Thank you. Please sit down. Please. Please sit down, please. Please.
You know,
Everybody, please sit
He
down.
sure hates the
he-
line
oh
work,
my
doesn't he?
new song, huh?
Yeah, it was.
What was the first song he ever did?
I don't remember.
Taking care of business. Come on.
No, I was here the day that you did your first song here.
Really?
It was that song.
This is a new song. This is like from 51 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this
It reminds me
Wait
when
a
I was
second.
little.
It is 51 years ago.
it is.
My brother, when we were little,
God.
told me that he sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and I was like, "Wow, that's really pretty good, Dan."
Is this
Yeah, I
is this
made
your
it up.
is this your brother? Is it you said your brother? Is this your brother here?
It could be. It could be. It could be, but it's more likely me, actually.
Who was that? You got Harry Carey?
Do you know?
No.
Do you know?
I don't.
You don't?
I remember this.
Like
yeah.
Chevy Chase. I don't know.
Who talks like this anyway?
Ozzy.
Listen.
Oh man.
About
By
Ozzy.
the way, this is what happens inside a radio studio.
Yeah.
On the breaks. I'm not kidding. This is what it looks like in a radio studio.
Myself and Robin Roth, two different radio stations at the time some years ago, before
said Robin
he
here.
was going to play at the sports arena. No joke. We're in the back room
Was he
getting
snort? Is this
interviewed.
when he was snorting ants?
He was not at the time, but no joke, when he got off the interview, you know how he does the, what's going on, you know, that kind of thing?
Okay, let's go. Hey, minute work, boys. Let's get out of here.
None of that. None of that. He literally, right when we were done, I said, hey, Ozzy, thanks, man, for taking the time. He goes, oh, you're welcome. Yeah, not a problem at all. He goes, I hope you enjoy the show. That clear.
No way.
Yes, hand to God. And I looked at Robin after he walked away, and I go, did that just happen? And she goes, I heard it too. And nobody believes me. The
Yeah.
dude can
I
talk
believe you.
completely clearly.
Speaking of,
Have you met him?
Talked to him on the phone.
Was it Clear or
what does it
was
sound
it Ozzy?
Sharon actually is in control, so Sharon was on
Yeah.
the phone.
Ozzy's coming on in a minute.
And then he started.
hey, so speaking of behavior in public,
Oh, boy.
what is, well, listen, you have a long storied radio career. You and I have been friends for a long time,
Oh, yeah.
30 years maybe. What was the most gnarly thing you had to do as a morning radio tool?
Well,
Let me give you something.
scariest?
Like remember when Abramowitz put a diaper on and put chocolate pudding in his
Oh.
diaper, jumped off the top of the midway onto a trampoline, and they called,
Yeah.
they called it pudding pants?
Oh God.
he was the king.
He used to run around the building naked.
yeah.
So what is the worst thing you ever did?
It's between two things. First thing, Dumont's Biker Bar was an HA bar, Hell's Angel bar back in the day in El Cajon. I was told to go in and order a Shirley Temple. and I literally, and I had a recorder going in a paper bag that I later told them about because I didn't want to get hurt. So I ordered it, and Beth behind the bar goes, this is a biker bar. You're not ordering a Shirley Temple. And then this guy, Ernie, next to me gets heated. He was wasted. And he just goes, I still remember his name to this day. It was years ago.
Ernie. Was it Ernie Hahn?
I don't know. Whatever, Ernie, whatever he wants to be.
Wasn't Ernie Hahn?
So he's sitting there and he starts hitting me in the arm. He's like, hey, be a man, order a beer. And then the guy next to him on your side, he's drunk and he starts going, yeah, be a man, order a beer. And they start hitting me from the sides. And then finally at the end, I drank the beer. And then afterwards I admitted, right? But I thought I might be killed.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the other one?
A Raider. So remember when the Raiders played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here in San
Yeah,
Diego?
Super
Was
Bowl.
that? I don't remember when that was. 2003 was it?
Okay.
So were the Bucks orange at the time?
Yeah.
I believe
Creamsicle, we like to
With a
call it.
plume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Gruden was the coach, and they smoked the Raiders.
No, then it
that
could have
year.
been orange. Gruden would have put up with a plume.
Yeah.
So I was told as the morning show stunt guy to go and do a Truth or Dare
Oh,
Thursday.
excuse me. Okay, so stunt guy.
You stunt guy.
That's what's called
That
stunt
guy.
Show tool?
Morning show tool.
tool.
Fine.
Show tool?
Show
tool?
Tool. I show up at the hotel in La Jolla that the Raiders are staying at with and I'm going to be careful here, with an F the Raiders t-shirt.
Really?
Oh yeah. And security walked up to me in the lobby because I saw some giants walk. I was going to get hurt. I know. Because I'm no tough guy. And he goes, listen, man, he goes, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to step out in the parking lot. And so I did. It was worse out there than it was in the hotel. This huge guy, about 6 feet tall, arms as big as my legs, with a Raider tattoo, comes up to me and he takes his football and he goes, what's with the shirt, bro? What's with the shirt? He starts poking me, and I'm on the phone with the radio station.
And they're listening? Was this live?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, live?
And I go, Chris, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. He goes, all right, give him the phone, give him the phone. So I give him the phone, and they came clean. And then the guy afterwards goes, oh, I'm glad I didn't kill you.
But did you die?
Are you Clint? I love your show. I love your show. I'm here. Give me a minute. I gave them the impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a hand because they make it all happen.
Sullivan.
Mathis,
Yes.
you and I have been friends for a long time. You and I have had more laughs than probably two humans other than me and Nails and me and Tommy. However, serious note, you have done such a great job in the weather here in San Diego. And I mean, you're recognized everywhere. I look at your social media. Everyone loves you and knows you. We wonder, though, how you would do elsewhere. Who wants to see Mark Mathis in front of the big screen doing weather?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get up there. Get up there.
Get on that stand.
Get up there.
This one?
That stand. Get on that circle thing.
Yeah.
Wow. This.
There it is. There it is. All right, hold on a second.
This reminds me of my Chippendales days. Peach Velvet's on the stage.
So Mark,
Do we have any weather?
Mark, here's the rules of the game here.
Yes.
We're gonna show you some image here on the screen that you're not aware of, but you need to react and give the account of what's happening.
It's not me down in TJ, is it?
Well, there's a couple.
This could be scary.
All right, 5, 4,
Here we
3,
go.
2.
Good afternoon,
You're on,
everybody.
Mark.
Welcome to the weather forecast. Washington, it looks like we've got golf balls coming down. Evidently, Donald Trump's hitting a few. And it's 17 degrees. Holy cow, at the Ferris and, oh, I've been on that bridge. Cairo. Oh, who the hell would want to live there? I had a farm. I grew up on a farm like that. I really did. Those are horse is. And that's what happens when I go into the news director's office. It's like, holy cow, we got one more. Oh my God, that's my colon. Good Lord. I watched this show last night about the whole gut health. Hey, there's Hillcrest. Oh, I thought that was
Mark Mathis, ladies and
right.
gentlemen. No, wait, we're not done. We're not done. Hold on a second. Now, Mark, Clint, since you're the on the air stunt person,
Oh, I ain't getting naked.
get up there.
See, that's what I want. I want to run around our studio naked.
You go ahead.
I would love it.
So, Mark, can you give him a couple tips real quick and show Clint if he was there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Fayetteville, Fort Smith?
I'm doing this?
Yeah. Well, because what's your next career? What's the natural next career for you, honestly?
Paper bagging, I don't know.
It's television.
Oh, television. Yeah, television.
Don't you think, right?
They let fat guys on TV now.
Mark, can you give him any tips on if first timer how to do that?
Yes, just act like you know what you're talking about, because it's the only job they pay you to be 100% wrong.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'm doing this?
Here we go.
Are we going?
We're going.
Go.
In Fayetteville, it's warm.
You gotta face us.
Oh.
You gotta look like.
I can't see it. Oh, I can see it over there.
Yeah.
Future track. Hi, rapid refresh. Well, I don't even know what that is. That's actually a cue for the on-camera guy. So it's very green all over. It looks like a giant golf course with prostates in between. I don't see anything else. It's going to be great weather today. In Tulsa, they're going to be drinking. In Oklahoma City, they're going to be riding horses. In Fort Smith, they will be racing around getting. Are we going to get a different screen? Is it just this? One thing? That's it? That's awesome. All right. Well.
People think this is easy. It's not easy.
He's like bored with you already.
No, it's not.
People don't give him enough credit.
Yeah. At least they gave you some different things to look at. I'm looking at one map with a.
I'm your humble sub-co-host and show stunt man. They're really funny to me. Hey, champion, look at this live audience here. Thank you guys. music DJ?
Was I a music DJ?
Yeah.
Oh,
or
yeah.
just kind of a
Mostly, I've been a
Really?
music DJ. You mean like actual records?
Like
That
going
kind
to
of-
weddings.
No.
No, not weddings.
No. I don't do that. I just
Because-
grab the microphone and act drunk at weddings. That's what I do.
Do they still have stunt guys on radio?
Yes, sometimes.
I don't hear it much anymore. I think we should bring that back.
Bring what back?
Not
That-
with me. I should
I
be the
missed
guy in the studio directing the
Do
stuff.
they still have stunt guys on radio?
No, I think legally we can't do any of that.
Yeah, we can. We got two.
Too many lawsuits.
We got two correct.
It was so worth
FCC.
I mean, who
fines,
doesn't
et cetera,
who
et
doesn't
cetera.
herald the days of Randy, or Abramowitz,
Yeah.
or
Those
Yeah.
were the days.
I know.
they really, we don't have those guys in. We don't have
You'd have to get somebody to do it for free.
But we didn't have those guys in talk radio. It was like the mayor was our stunt person.
Right, yeah.
Bob Filner was my stunt person.
Yeah.
We're getting crazy now.
No, don't you remember the Filner headlock?
What now?
Don't you remember the Bob Filner headlock?
Yes.
Oh
my God,
It's the politicians that were the stunt idiots.
That's
Yeah,
Sorry, I just
right.
said stunt idiot, but it really is stunt idiot.
I know, man.
Yeah.
It's stunt.
I have a question for Corey.
Okay.
So all the celebrities that have come and gone through, your radio shows.
Yeah.
Who's the coolest celebrity you ever met?
See, I mean, cool is a
Or
thing.
just-
like, you know what I mean? Like I've met like the comedians. I usually have a crush on them. Whether it's Jay Moore. I asked him if I could be his third wife, and he said no. Even though I think
Moore.
he's ready for it though.
He was in our studio for many years.
Oh my God! He's so charming. I loved him. Jamie Kennedy too. I took a picture with him, and I said, "This is my Christmas card." And he's like,
1995 called the other.
Like, no, not really. I know, right? I mean, but that's the kind of comedians we got
Eddie Murphy?
coming through the. No, never met. I met his brother.
That counts.
I mean, that's as close as I got to the Eddie Murphy.
Jason Murphy?
I mean, Macy Gray was high as a kite when I met her back in the 90s. Athletes and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think. Like, honestly, probably
Who's the biggest?
musicians.
Who's the biggest name you think?
I mean, I had the opportunity not to meet him, but to interview Mike Tyson, and I passed.
Wow.
I passed.
Passed.
Why? I don't know.
Tyson.
Even
get
through
it.
a phone, I don't want to I don't want to. I don't know. I just didn't want to be associated with.
What about
Mike.
you? Who's your biggest? Do you think Russell Crowe's your biggest?
No.
Elvis?
We became friends with Jerry Lewis.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Along
Doesn't
with
get bigger now.
Jesse,
Doesn't
but,
get bigger now.
But I get asked that a lot, and my favorite celebrity was Luther Vandross.
Really?
Fat Luther or Skinny Luther?
Both.
Wow.
and it's a true story.
I like Fat Luther music better than Skinny. Turn off the
Wow.
light.
True story.
Light a candle.
He would always pick up my call.
That was Teddy Pendergrass.
His phone number was 310-274-7110.
Oh my God.
No, but it's not there.
I want to see if it's there.
Someone's got that number
Somebody
now.
now.
310-274-7110.
Please ask
this-
the
and
sexy voice is Luther there.
Okay, this is coming from a guy who on Jerry Seinfeld's birthday gave me Jerry Seinfeld's cell phone number.
Oh God.
And has J-Lo's cell phone number. And this guy has everybody's cell phone
Wow.
number.
Oh, what a bummer. I wanted you so bad to say, is Luther there?
I know they can't
I was gonna
outgive it
say,
to get anybody.
Love is a full-time job with benefits.
Wow.
Luther.
But I love Luther, and may he rest in peace.
Yes. Was he a diabetic? I only asked because Ozempic. I'm just like wondering if that's how he got skinny. And
They didn't have Ozempic.
Don't remember.
Well, but what did they use?
What is it? What's it called, Mary? Like Luda something? What's it called? Thank you. Nailed it.
Is that how
I mean, I knew it, like a guy that he was using Botox on his vocal cords because Chip Hanauer, he's like one of the most winningest hydroplane racers ever.
Boy,
I mean-
Sorry, so sorry you didn't have the top of your head.
I mean, right? No, but he.
Chip, come on, it's hydroplane
They were-
racing. My
they
God,
were-
what are you doing this afternoon?
They were shooting Botox, which was botulism, before it was marketed as Botox, into his vocal cords to relax them so that he could talk. I can't remember what the
This is why you're popular on the radio. I could listen to this crap for days.
I'm
You're like,
I'm useless
you're
knowledge.
like Cliff Clavin from
Yes,
Cheers.
I so am. I so am.
Oh, Nami, I think the hydroplane races did today.
No, the Botox on the vocal cords.
I will
They use
tell
it
you-
all
Done
the
that?
time.
Haven't they done that in San Diego though too?
The guy that was hydroplaning
Yeah,
was doing it.
What about you, Mark?
Yeah, probably.
Biggest celebrity you met?
When I was in Charlotte, I hosted Say Goodbye to Winston, the Winston Cup, when it used to be Winston Cup racing, NASCAR.
Let's turn left.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
the left. You wait till you do it, and you're going on
I have.
90.
I got to be in an F1 car.
Anyway, to answer your question, it was we were all sitting together, and it was the coolest thing. It was Trace Atkins, George Jones,
Oh, George Jones.
Wayne Newton,
Wow.
me, and who's
Michael Jackson.
Walter Cronkite.
Who is the leader of the pack
Jobs.
in that group?
what?
Buddy Holly.
Trace Atkins was good. Toby Keith was good. Toby Keith, that was.
No, but you know what I mean? Like that.
Toby.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name, but boy, Toby Keith is fantastic.
wow.
Who's your biggest name?
I mean, the biggest was probably, I would say, John Travolta. But, man, the coolest.
Wow, John Travolta. CID.
The
Really?
coolest was Arlie Ermy, man.
Wait a second. Travolta's a big name. Was he nice or was he
Super nice.
Really?
Yeah. Are we counting on the phone or in person?
In person.
Either.
Oh, then I haven't
Okay.
met him in person. I was on the phone.
Glad we're on the same page.
Oh, wow.
I thought that we counted on the phone. But anyway, he was very nice. Extremely nice. Very.
Was it on the air?
You want to know the biggest jerk?
Mellow on
Yeah.
there. But he was just very nice.
Yeah.
And he actually answered the questions and took the time. But Arlie Ermy in person. The
Boy, I'll
gunny.
tell you, wasn't that great? He was great. I got the chance to interview him. I did a show with him on Kogo in person for a whole hour.
He was so.
He was the
cool.
guy that was in the Full Metal Jacket. Was that the first one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd recognize him.
Saving Silverman.
Saving Silverman.
You know, when he worked with Jack Black on that, this is why I loved him so much. Is he would tell you stories, and I remember him meeting Jack Black for the first time, and he brought him down. He says, "Hey, I want you to meet me downstairs in the hotel lobby before you go to bed tonight." So he did, and he says, "If you guys remember, if you've never seen this movie, he did a kissing scene with Jack Black. Now, this is the gunny, the baddest man on the planet. in my opinion.
He was a real gunny
Real gunny.
that they hired for Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
Turning into an acting career, and he's one of the most heralded actors of all time in
Yes.
that genre.
And he didn't play around. He says, "Jack, I'm going to tell you two things at the bar." He says, "One, don't be late to the set. I ain't waiting." And he goes, "Okay, what's the second?" He goes, "We're going to get one take on this kissing scene. One take."
When I was on Good Day Sacramento, we had about 6 or 7 folks on the crew, and we were lining them up straight, and he comes in and just drill sergeants us, and we didn't know who was coming in,
Oh, really?
and just goes down the line, and we're like, holy God.
Wasn't that awesome, though? You look
Yo,
back at that.
yes.
I mean, that guy is a legend.
He was amazing. He was
Speaking of heroes to this country.
Right.
And I think he had a Purple Heart, too. And
He did have
asked
purple. He
about
had
it.
2
didn't
Purple
like
Heart. He had
talking about it.
2 of them.
That's right.
And he wouldn't. And if he says you bring it up, I'll walk out.
Well, he didn't tell me that. I didn't
really?
know. I go,
Well,
"Hey."
I was with him for an hour.
I said, "Don't you have a Purple Heart?" And he says, "Yeah, well, anyway, you know. So let's move on." And I was like, "Okay, we'll move
I
on."
must have got him right after you asked him that.
Right? Yeah.
He's probably tired.
What
of it.
about you?
Not gonna be a popular answer, but it was the biggest person, the biggest well-known person on a Kogo radio interview, Donald Trump.
Oh.
You interviewed Trump, huh? Wow.
Actually, and I will say that's bigger because I had a chance on Big Biz Show to interview Steve Jobs and Steve Forbes, and Bill Gates and Larry Ellison, all CEOs, CEO of Oracle, Larry Ellison. Of course, you know the other names. And I would say in a business environment, those guys were the captains of industry, still are. But Donald Trump was the biggest name I ever got to talk to, and he was, you know,
What's he doing now?
Yeah. Like right now?
right this second.
Right now he's in court, but
He's getting slapped. If he's getting slapped a fine for
You know who the biggest one that I don't mind telling you either, that I just couldn't
Well,
stand?
before I finish, he was not a jerk. He was Donald Trump. It was a business interview, and it was about Trump Tower, or the Trump Hotel, I think, going in Las Vegas.
well, look, love him or hate him, he's one of the most well-known people on the planet.
Yeah, and I can't remember what year
So,
it
I
was.
mean-
He certainly wasn't president, but long story short, I think that is the biggest name I ever got a chance to actually take. I wrote this song. All right, I want to hear the worst experience.
Hey, are you going to do a song next?
I'll do a song, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. I didn't realize that the band just made a comment on Donald Trump. All right, on the air. We'll see you in a minute. Oh boy, on the air. Corey Kelly, Clint August, Mark Mathis, Little Tommy. The live studio audience and the band Sullivan up there. Thanks for coming today. Remember this afternoon, 2 things happening. Oh boy, somebody's not getting paid today. Somebody in the band's not getting paid today. You'll see us today at 3 o'clock at Fiesta del Sol, right at the corner of 101 and Loma Santa Fe, and you'll not miss it. And lots of great bands.
Go to where all the people are.
Go to where all the people are. We have Mayride today also, which is actually starting right now.
It's going right now as we speak. Biggs Harley Davidson in San Marcos, right off the 78 freeway. Go to mayride.com. We don't care if you ride or not. It's all for the troops and their families. Come have fun.
Do you think he's on the radio?
Wow, that was good.
I still want to hear the crappiest guy you ever ran across as a celebrity.
3 times. Tommy Lee Jones.
Really?
No,
He's always either hungover or something because he's the biggest, worst interview, mean,
Really?
nasty interview I've ever. I don't
Doesn't
mind
want to
that.
be there. He doesn't want to be there.
Doesn't want to be there, doesn't want to talk about the movie. He gets annoyed at any question you ask him.
What a heartbreak this is.
And
Yes, I know.
so,
Never meet your heroes.
and I don't mind telling you because he was such a jerk.
Is that the word you want to use?
No, it's not the word I want to use.
He's got some passion.
What words do you want to use? Just, no, say it. Come on. Come on.
No.
I bet I can hit the buzzer.
Want me to say it? I'll say it.
Yeah, go ahead. He was a.
This is unique too, Elizabeth.
I love that.
I hear that you have a big event to support the military coming up later in the year.
Yes, we actually have a very big weekend. August 17th is our SoCal Taco Fest. It's the biggest taco fest in San Diego.
Hold on. Did you say SoCal Taco Fest?
Yes.
This is why I'm doing this early. We want to get prepared for this now.
Yes.
You need
you need to be
get
in
in
training.
shape for it. Yeah, training, right.
You have to be in training
Right.
because there's going to be margaritas, there's going to be lucha libre wrestling, there's going to be Chihuahua races, Chihuahua beauty pageant. I will be there with my taco fanny pack and more.
Is this a safe place for you to be?
Oh, I'm in.
I'm going to take the coaster down from North County, so yes, yes. You're maybe not safe from me on the coaster ride back up, but yes.
Don't you think that Clint would be a great luchadora?
Oh, totally, yeah. Yeah.
We need a stunt person on this show.
Yes.
That would be great.
Here's the problem.
Come
It's
on.
TV. You
I
see
mean-
how disgusting I am.
No.
We got 4 months to get in shape for it.
Yeah.
We need to find a good name for him, Tommy.
Yeah.
You get to name him.
Is it safe
I got one.
military?
Oh, well, there's that too. Okay, so SoCal Taco Fest is August 17th. August 18th is at L'Auberge. It is the annual.
Del Mar.
Yes, in Del Mar. It is the annual. I think it's the 12th annual Shelter to Soldier Be the Light Gala.
Wow.
We support Shelter to Soldier,
Great
which.
cause.
Yes, it's fantastic. We save lives 2 at a time. I say we, but I'm just kind of a spokesperson and a big
What does
cheerleader.
that mean? Save lives?
They adopt shelter dogs and they pair them after training them and feeding them and housing them and getting them to perfect health. They pair them with a deserving veteran who needs a service support dog. So it really is. It's their biggest fundraiser. You can get
100.7 Big
Yeah.
FM. 100.7 Big FM in the mornings. And then KGB mornings with Sarah and Clint.
Yes, sir.
Television at night. How can we support that?
So all of things big, go to bigfmsd.com.
No, I'm talking about us for support.
You could go to. I mean, you can come. You can buy tickets.
We'll go
to the
eat
gala.
tacos.
You don't want me to write a
You
check?
can be my date.
You don't want me to write a
You
check?
can,
You don't
you can write a check. You can write a check. Okay,
You're the
let's
worst
get out your
fundraiser
check.
I've ever met.
Hey,
I
I am not good
sorry,
at it.
I'm a
I
kid.
know.
You're live on,
give you a
she's
check.
live on TV.
Yeah.
How about, hey, so I have a kick down $2,500. Like,
Okay,
oh,
it takes $15,000 to raise just one dog, train it, and to pair.
See,
it
now
with
you're
a-
talking, woman.
Give me $15,000.
Hey, wait, equal
I bet I
opportunity.
could raise the 15,000.
Okay.
Equal opportunity. What's
Okay.
KGB's website?
I want a check for the Mayride.
KGB's website.
All right, so 101kgb.com. Go to KGB Mornings and Mayride.com. And that is a wonderful thing you are doing.
Thank you, and you too.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hey,
we are the
yes.
world.
A real quick plug,
Yes.
Freedom Station here in San Diego. Freedom Station. If you've never heard of Freedom Station, I promise you, look it up. It is amazing. Another good
All right.
interview.
Hold on a second. One more. We do the podcast for Freedom Station.
Love it.
Right here at Loft 100 Studios. And if you guys want to use Loft 100 Studios, call Mary. I'll give you her home number, 858.
Hey, Clint, how's Sarah?
Sarah Beatty.
She's doing really well. Her son Shane, went through a really tough time at Children's Hospital.
Bacterial
Shout out to Rady Children.
meningitis.
Yes, bacterial. It was very serious. He is recovering. She asked for prayers. People gave prayers. The doctors, the nurses. It's awesome. He's getting better.
Now, she obviously was in the hospital with him for 18 days,
Yes.
and you had to do the show without her.
I did the show
there-
without her for only 1 week.
there a
Let me
dip?
tell you, yeah, there's a dip in the burgers. It's better with her all the time. But no, she actually, for the week. She had to be out. And then she came in the next Monday while he was still in there. She's being a mom in that hospital all day and night, coming in for a few hours. I mean, you talk about a hard worker and a great mother. She is both.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So, but the show sucked without her. So, you know, what are you gonna do?
Now, who all is on the show now? For those who have not dipped in.
Oh,
tried
Sarah
yet?
and Clint, just me. So that's what you got when she was gone. So that's what you have to look forward to if she's ever on vacation. It'll be a good show. Great show.
Yeah.
We love Sarah. We do.
Yes, we do. All right. We got Fiesta del Sol. Sullivan's playing right after Daring Greatly around 3 p.m.
3 p.m. today. We'll see you out there. Thank you guys for coming out here.
Corey Dillon. Mark Mathis. Clint August.
Go dance with the people.